Well, first, I like to say congratulations
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
spanking Manchester United
Yes, sir.
4 goals to nil. We had Diaz, Salah, Mane, and Salah scoring again, and it was quite one sided. I don't know why I predicted a 1-1 draw, Kyle, but it's one of those predictions you make and you regret it like instantly. Like as soon as I saw the lineup that they put out, I was like, oh my god, man.
Good God. Phil Jones. What
Exact.
year is this? What year is this?
Like, are you kidding me? Like Phil Jones, this is
Yeah,
against.
yeah.
It's
I,
you
I
playing.
don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, man. I predicted 2-1. And I mean, you know this. Anyone who watched the first half was the amount of space and the gap in quality between the two teams. I mean, Man United didn't even look like they were awake, dude. They looked like they were
Uh,
scared, playing scared. It was actually mind blowing to me. But it doesn't matter. I have no pity for them, no empathy. It's all business, baby. And then we did the same thing to Everton. Everton, we'll get into that.
yeah,
I got a bone to pick with Charleston, bro. But
we'll get to the Everton thing, but Man United, we got to take our time with them. You know what I'm saying? Because they were non-existent during the game. In the second half came on, they tried, but most of the players just look out of sorts, man. You know what I mean? Bruno
no, definitely.
Fernandes, he was playing as a defensive midfielder. You had Lingard coming on early. Who was that? Pogba that went off? Who was
Yeah,
that went
how
off?
how funny is that? Pogba, after the first goal went in, Pogba's like, "All right, I got to get out of here." He takes
Exactly.
an injury. He's like, "I'm done."
And the thing is, Ralph Ragnick chose to bring on Lingard. Okay, we're behind. Let me bring on Lingard, try to, get back in the game. And he was horrible. His
Yeah,
first touch wasn't there. Same to Rashford. These guys weren't there at all. I think one of the best players on the day for them, to me, maybe a lot of people wouldn't look at it like that, but I think Matic didn't have but the fact that they played Dallo at left back and they had a left back on the bench and everything, in Tellez, it just shows how dysfunctional that this club is right now. I mean, they're just all over the place. Look, I know you guys scored some exquisite goals, man. And you reacted to the goals and everything. And Diaz chipping in with one. He has hit the ground running in the Premier League, by the way, for Liverpool.
yep,
The Salah goal linking up with Mane, that was simply ridiculous, man.
absolutely beautiful goal, man. Beautiful goal. I mean, even the neutral can respect that. I mean, the build-up play and just Mane. Mane has played in every single position across that front line under Klopp. Y'all remember he came in under originally with Coutinho on the left, so Mane played on the right. Then he transitioned over to the left. Now Klopp's playing him through the middle, and that right there just kind of like epitomizes what Mane's capable of doing. No look, first time, linking up with Matip and Diaz over the top. I mean, it was just so satisfying to watch. So satisfying to watch.
Yeah, the link up play for basically all the goals, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
you
Counterattack in the
know,
first one.
yeah. Jota came on. He picked up an assist for a Salah goal as well. So it's like it was the telepathy between the players. It's like, what I'm comparing it to in my head,
Mm,
when you're playing FIFA and you're on the highest, you're playing on world legendary mode, and you're playing FIFA on legendary mode, and the passes are just bing 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 and you're like, what was that? Some of the goals on the day, look, Liverpool and Man City, some of the goals that we score, it's like mind boggling, you know what I mean? And just the play, man. It's mind boggling. And another player I think that did really, really well for you on the day was Thiago.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let's talk about Thiago's rise, because last season I don't think he was good enough. And
Hmm.
I criticize him. Liverpool fans try to say, oh, now you're being too harsh on him. Yeah, but this season he has definitely played a lot better. And I gotta give him credit for that, because he was imperious in the match, man. Boss the midfield. What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, well, let's talk about Thiago for a second, right? Last season, against Everton, nonetheless. He came out with that injury, who we originally didn't think it was that serious, ended up keeping him out for 2 or 3 months. And Jota went through a similar period as well. So right in the middle of the season where all the games are happening, I mean, he got injured in October, I believe. I think it was the same game that Van Dijk got injured in. So
the Everton game, Everton,
yeah.
Richarlison, yeah.
And so he's out. Klopp makes you earn your place back in the lineup, right? So Thiago's struggling to find the rhythm. He's a rhythm guy. This season, luckily he's been healthy. He may have been out for a couple games here and there. I can't quite remember, but rhythm. And now you see his quality. He's so satisfying to watch, dude. He's like Kevin De Bruyne. Like everything that he does, you're just like, especially his passing. Just like, wow, this guy is really facilitating.
I won't say he's like De Bruyne. You know what I'm saying?
In the terms of satisfying to watch is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'll even say it. Thiago's way more sexy to watch, bro.
Than De Bruyne? You think so?
Yeah, get all bricked up watching Thiago.
Nah, bro. Kevin De Bruyne is on another level, bro. Listen, Kevin De Bruyne is, and I know you as a Liverpool fan could appreciate what Kevin De Bruyne does, man. It's like I think he has now definitely become, without a doubt, the heartbeat of the team. And you take the heart out the team, then you get a struggling team. You know, a team going into cardiac arrest pretty much. You know, so that was a good win for you guys. I know we'll talk about City Brighton in a sec, but as you see, Man United, they're struggling right now during the whole aftermath of the Liverpool drubbing. Erik ten Hag was announced the new manager of Manchester United, coming over from Ajax, I think on a 3-year deal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
let's see if he lasts 3 years. Let's see if he could actually turn the club fortunes around. Let's see if he could rebuild the team. The same positivity was greeted with when Ragnick was brought in, and you saw what happened. He's had a pretty torrid run, if you ask me. Better than Solskjaer, but still pretty subpar. You know what I mean? And very unsatisfactory if you're a United fan, because these losses, man. Exactly. So how do you? What's your initial feeling about Ten Hag being appointed a United manager?
So I think I said it last week too. Man United as a club and a fan base, they're looking for hope. They just want some hope, and right now they're lacking hope. It's all negative, right? I mean, even if you guys watch, I have a lot of respect for Scott McTominay now after the interview. I think it was the game after, but Bruno Fernandes, man, the way he did his post-match interview, he was just talking about, we're not fighting for anything. There's problems in the dressing room. There's no pride. I was really like, wow, this club is broken, right? So the fans, they're just looking for hope. And I think with a new manager coming in, there's that honeymoon phase. And I think that's what we're in now. So hopefully, I think it's a solid appointment. I mean, it's definitely not bad. It could have been worse. They were looking at not Rafa Benitez again, but
Pochettino.
No, the Belgian manager who he already managed him before. That's Everton.
Roberto Martinez.
Yeah, I thought they were looking at him too, but look,
no, I think the guy that they were linked to most is Pochettino, though.
Yeah, and when he was interviewed about it, he said it was a surprise to him that they appointed him the manager. So maybe there was some backdoor dealing going on. I don't know. I know Pochettino he's fired. Did he get fired today?
I think I've heard a lot of buzz over Pochettino possibly getting sacked by PSG.
I saw that this morning. Yeah, but
they won league on, but it seems like it doesn't matter. It seems like the whole Champions League failure and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's been announced officially. I don't know. But
I don't think it has. I just think I saw something this morning.
I'm not really keeping tabs on PSG really, because guess what, man? We're busy with trophy talk. We're busy. Yeah. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? We're busy still in the Champions League. We're busy talking City. We're busy talking Liverpool and all the bums that's behind us right now in the league. You know what I mean? So we ain't really got no time to really talk about Pochettino and them. But look, do you see? I think it's a good appointment. But I told you, Erik ten Hag, bro, don't go. I told you don't go. Let someone else go, and you'll be like, oh, man, I dodged the bullet there. Let someone else do that, and then, Ten Hag could have taken a different route, stay at Ajax or go to another club, and then bam. Because guess what? You go to Man United, that's and you fail, that will live with you forever, man. Believe me.
It's a complete rebuild, Dom. You know what I mean? Like, it's not you can't do it with the personnel they have right now. I mean, they've made some okay acquisitions, mainly forwards. They got some okay young guys coming through. But I mean, look at the acquisitions they've made previously. They got an aging squad too. I mean, you look at Matic, you had, I think Juan Mata's still there. Jesus.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's getting old, right? So you have these young promising players in Rashford and Sancho, but they don't have the personnel. They need to do what Arsenal have done and just completely scrap it, bro.
Exactly.
Go with the youth. You have, and maybe that's their plan because Ten Hag is known to develop young talent with Ajax. And so if that's their plan, credit to them because it takes a lot of balls when you're a club of Man United size to scrap everything and do a rebuild. But I'm telling you, in the long run, it'll work out for the best.
Yeah, you're going to have to play a couple seasons, 6 maybe, like Arsenal without a Champions League. Yeah. And, I don't know if they would put up with that for so long, but in order to rebuild, you have to start from scratch. You got to come again. You got to start believing in the youth again. Yep. Promote a few guys from the academy. Bring in some youngsters. You see what I mean? You can't always be running for these stars and then they don't hit they don't hit the ground running in the Premier League. Like I think Pogba still hasn't really. You know what I'm saying? How many years later? Like it's like
I need to say something about this, okay? About Pogba. The stupidity of the business with Man United. Okay, look, he leaves on a free the first time, goes to Juventus. Man United pay, 80, 90 million for him to come back. Okay, you're 80, 90 million in the hole already. Then you pay him whatever his wages are over his last 5 years of his contract, and now he's about to leave on a free again?
Exactly.
Money is no object over there, dude. They're not run well.
Harry Maguire, bro. You think about Maguire. If you try to sell
the other day.
Bro, exactly. If you try to sell Maguire right now, you can't get 30 million for him.
Not
any team. The only team that might pay that type of money for Maguire is a team like Everton if they're still in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Everton's bad at business too, man.
Exactly. And Maguire, listen, I've seen Eden Hazard's market value have dropped to about 15 million euros, bro.
It's a shame.
Exactly. So these players, they have declined, their market values have dropped, and it's just, I don't know how well he would have done at Man City, but we were actually in for Maguire. And you know why? He was actually very good at Leicester. He was exactly. And it's amazing. And you know what the crazy thing is too? He's half decent for England. So I don't get.
Here's the thing, man.
It's just United, bro.
It's just United. It's the environment you play in, and this comes back to Man City and Liverpool, dude. They have created these cultures where players who may have been average to above average at the club they were at come here and just immediately you see the best in them. Like, look, exactly. You said it earlier, Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz is a good player for Porto, standout player for Porto, right? But I was you guys can go back and look, like I was not for Luis Diaz. I was like, I may take Don Juma, give me, this guy has come in and you just see the best. And at Man City, right? I mean, you just have a unit, a completely well-oiled machine of just quality players who believe in the project and who give their best and are just playing cohesive football. Man United doesn't have that. So you can get a great player at Leicester where Harry Maguire was playing in a well-oiled machine, come to Man United, and it's just horrible behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Imagine going to your job every day and you have no chemistry with the people you work with. You hate your boss, this and that. They're always getting new management.
Yeah.
Guys, it's not a good environment to work in. And when you're not in a good environment, you're not going to want to do well. That's all it is.
Yeah, facts, man. Facts. You're spitting those facts. But look, we have to segue over to City's 3-0 win over Brighton and Hove Albion. You won. You responded. You tasted the top of the table for just a
Just a
little,
little bit.
yeah,
It felt good. It felt good.
Oh, I was just about to ask you
It
how
felt
it
good.
feels, Okay,
It
good,
felt
good,
good
good,
to see
good,
the
good.
highlighted Liverpool on the top of the table for however many seconds or minutes or hours it was. But hey man, I called it. I said Brighton can be tricky, but it could very easily be a 3-4-5-6-0. And I mean,
Yeah.
that's what happens. I mean, Brighton are okay, but you see these moments with Brighton where, like, with Southampton, I think they played Southampton.
Yeah, they played 2-2,
Yeah.
2-2 draw with Southampton after that game.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter the opposition. You can have an on and off day, but dude, that's expected. You guys should definitely have beat them.
Yeah.
I think it's just a battle for the rest of the season. That's all this is going to be, dude. Just every game is a battle. Even if you're not playing each other, you're battling Man City. We're playing Man City every week for the rest of the season.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
And you guys
So, exactly, man. So, Riyad Mahrez, 53rd minute. It was 0-0 at halftime, and I have to be honest, it was a bit tense because I'm like, all right, Liverpool won yesterday. We're playing here on a Wednesday. We're 0-0 at halftime. The Liverpool fans are probably watching this game, and they're praying and hoping that it ends in a draw or a City loss. And second half, we respond. Mahrez, breakaway goal. Kevin De Bruyne deflection, and Mahrez shot end up deflects in the back of the net, and it was a relief. And Phil Foden comes up with a goal in the 65th minute, another deflected shot. Mahrez with the assist there, and later on in the game, Bernardo Silva finishes off the match with a giveaway from the goalkeeper, and Zinchenko, who was brilliant in that game, stole that ball, passed it to De Bruyne, who, like, with a very cheeky touch, played in Bernardo Silva for that third goal. So it was a very polished performance in the second half, I have to say. We went out there, we were positive, and we got the result, man. I don't think Pep underestimated Brighton at all, because this team beat us recently. I think this team did beat us. I think that if I could recall that game, we went down to 10 men and they came back and they beat us. So, we can't take any team lightly, man. And you could see from the 11 that both Klopp and Pep put out in their last few games that we are going to get to. We have a lot to talk about today. We got to catch up on those games from last week and just talk about bum-ass Manchester United a little, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And touch on our games, So Liverpool win handsomely against United, City handsomely against Brighton. No problem for those, with those teams. We brushed them aside. And we had more to look forward to on the weekend, where you face Everton, and we came up against Watford, the team that we beat Watford 5, 6, 7 all the time, man.
Yep.
But before we do move on to the next topic at hand here, man, Manchester United, just to double back a bit.
Oh, it's serious when Dom turns the camera. It's serious.
These dudes lost the next game to Arsenal. So the last two games they actually lost at 7-1. They lost to Arsenal, who were on a losing streak. Arsenal bounced back to beat both Chelsea and Man United. That's the beauty of the Premier League, man. How are you going to lose to teams like Palace and whoever Arsenal had lost to? I think Brighton and Palace. And then you're going to end up and beat Chelsea and United, games you were expected to probably lose. So what I want to do, Kyle, I don't want to do an analysis of the Arsenal game, because Arsenal and United are not part of the trophy talk. What I want to do is just take a little 10 seconds. Let's laugh at Manchester United, even though I have to manufacture a laugh right. If I have to manufacture a laugh right now, let's laugh at these dudes, man. These dudes are horrible. You see what I'm saying? And the rotation from Ragnick in that game, my heart goes out to Ronaldo and, him losing a kid and everything. But, they were all trash in the game, man. You see what I mean? And it just highlights how bad these guys need a turnaround, though. So, it actually felt good. As a City fan, and I know as a Liverpool fan, it felt good to watch these dudes lose 2 games on the bounce. So, look, we're going to segue nicely into the last games that we played there. Let's start with the Merseyside derby. It was a bit controversial, though, I have to say, because
cagey.
I think Yeah, I think the refereeing by Stuart Atwell was poor and very subpar. Very subpar and poor. And I grade him not an F, but maybe a G on the day. Maybe a G. Yeah, it's below the F. That's how I'm grading him. A G.
I'm aware. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
it was horrible.
These people, I never watched the referee throughout the game. Like, I remember the big calls, right? Anthony Gordon going down. A lot of people that looked like a penalty to me.
That's a penalty, bro. That's
like
a when you really look back at it,
it looks like a penalty.
It's a penalty,
let me play devil's advocate here because that's what I do. If you're playing on the side of Liverpool, because he stepped in front of Matip, that's the only rationale.
But it doesn't matter, though.
No, listen. You got to let me finish because you got to understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
So if you step in front of him, that's my rationale as to what the referee saw and why he didn't give it. But if you're looking at it objectively, okay, you have the right to get body position in the box.
Kind of nervous. Kind of nervous.
That's
there,
a penalty.
Bro. But kind of nervous. Kind of nervous talking about that situation, bro. Knocking over.
I was nervous watching it. You should have seen me watching it.
But look, they should have at least sent the referee to check the screen, man. You see what I'm saying? Let the referee go and check the screen. Let him make up his mind because he couldn't see what happened from the angle. And I think Everton were quite unlucky not to get a penalty there because Anthony Gordon, he's a very good talent, and some of the breakaway run behind the Liverpool players and everything. I think they deserved a goal for the work they did, but their finishing wasn't really on par. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really have anything too open to, take a shot at. So, I
got to give Anthony Gordon credit. Watching him play, he's really the only bright spot in that entire team, dude. He was really good.
He was very good. Very, very good indeed, man. And I think maybe he should have gotten a penalty for that. I think for you guys, Matip was very good throughout the game, man. He was so good, and I was realizing that he was so good. When you scored, he was the one that was driving forward, pushing the ball forward. I know the substitution helped, but it was really Joel Matip and his positive thinking, pushing forward and just trying to push the ball towards so, and he's been doing
a recurring theme all season, dude.
I was just about to say that.
All season. I mean, he created the chance we were talking about earlier with Mane and Salah against Man United. I mean, he facilitated that. So
I was just about to say he's been doing it all season though. So, so look, you guys were 0-0 first half. How were you feeling? Like you did you have a feeling that, man, it looked like Everton could squeeze out a draw here, man? They were really compact. Frank Lampard, set up his team very defensively against, Liverpool, who had most of the ball. I think one time I saw 85% to 15% possession. Everton, they couldn't complete any of their passes. Liverpool had like 100% pass accuracy at one time. I'm like, ridiculous, man. But you guys just couldn't break them down. You didn't really have any incisive plays, any shots that would really trouble Pickford. But then the change came, man. Talk to me a bit about the change that Klopp made.
You mean the legend? You mean the legend?
Original, Mr. Original.
Mr. Divock Origi, man. And as well, Luis Diaz came on and made a huge impact too. But, I really do think Klopp only subbed him on because of his record against Everton. I mean, the man is just
I think so too. I think so.
And Divock never comes on with 30 minutes to play. But to answer your original question, first half pissed me off, man, because Everton were doing every trick in the book, crying like a bunch of little, whats, dude.
Yeah.
Richarlison is an embarrassment to himself. All right. The only one who I respected was Anthony Gordon. The man was playing hard, quick, and he was sticking to the game plan. He was trying to play on the break. Richarlison's on the ground the whole time. But anyways.
Yeah. I think that was pretty ridiculous for Richarlison. Remember that time when they had to you guys continued to play and then Doucouré went and fouled Matip and there was a little fight that broke out. But I love that though. That's a derby and that's what I was talking about. I was talking about, the fact that's what a derby is about. I'm not saying to be violent, but come on, man, show some passion. And United didn't show any passion. Man City is not really a derby because these guys are hugging up and kissing each other. And, this is a real derby because Everton come out there to not lose to you guys. And unfortunately, they end up losing the game, but it took some tactical genius by Jurgen Klopp to even bring on a Divock Origi and, of course, Luis Diaz. And these two guys were influential in you guys going on to win the game.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Divock. Shout out.
So the first goal,
beautiful.
I think Robertson had a good game throughout, and you had Divock Origi, linking up with Salah, and Salah with the assist, great lofted ball, and Andy Robertson, man, with what was that, a header, right?
Headed finish, yep.
It was 2 headers, man, 2 headers in the game.
Yep.
And 1-0, and at that point they could have actually come back and got a goal. I can remember Gray getting a really good opportunity. He blasted it wide. Yep. And they looked very bright after they conceded. They played with intent, and they troubled Liverpool on a few occasions, got in behind. I think Alisson had to make a save or two, and then the second goal, man, from the corner, Luis Diaz inadvertently setting up Divock Origi, but
oh no, that's on purpose.
Nah, bro. Yeah, that's you guys. If it was on purpose, that would have been awesome. But he obviously tried to shoot, but still, It looks good. That has to be one of the best assists of the season. I think this weekend we had 2 of the best assists of the season. That Luis Diaz overhead attempt that set up Divock Origi, and I don't know if you saw the James Ward-Prowse goal where Oriol Romeu backheel. Oh, man. And the shot, oh, man.
How are you going to leave out Mane's chip over the top? That's got to be up there, too.
No, I'm keeping it relevant to what we just saw, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, that was nice. Yeah.
Because, look, Kevin De Bruyne had a couple really good assists during the season, and his assists, I think that was his assist for Gabriel Jesus' goal over the weekend was simply ridiculous, though. But look, great job by Klopp, great substitution, and Divock Origi scores against Everton again, and it must be a bittersweet moment for you as a Liverpool fan. Bitter in the sense that Origi will be leaving this summer, and AC Milan being front runners to sign him. What are your thoughts on Divock and how his influence at the club over his years? Do you think he should have gotten more opportunities and everything, since his breakout from the 2014 World Cup and everything? What are your thoughts on Divock Origi, though? 22 Premier League goals right now, I think, overall during his career. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts?
Every Liverpool fan loves Divock Origi. But to be frank, it's time to go. It is bittersweet. That's the perfect way to put it, because Origi, he's been part of some great moments at this club, man. And he's been a facilitator in pretty much all of the runs in the Champions League for the most part, or at least those big moments in the Champions League. Originally coming over, we thought he was going to be more than he was. I still think he's a world-class striker on his day. Even if you just watch him against Everton, I think he's a fairly underrated player, and he's just now entering his prime years. The kid's only like 26 or 27. People think he's a lot older than he is, but it's just because he's been kind of taking a back seat to, whoever's been at Liverpool for the last 6-7 years. I'm going to miss him, but I do think it's time for him to go and get some first-team football, first-team action in a team where he's going to be challenged. He's going to surprise a lot of people, man. I think he's better than Benteke. He's better than Batshuayi ever was. I think he's probably, in my opinion, he's Belgium's best striker. If you take
over Lukaku as well.
Yeah, but what has Lukaku done this season, man? What's Lukaku done this season?
Lukaku's a bully, bro. He likes to bully these minnows in Europe and ends up scoring a bunch of goals for Belgium.
That's true. That's true. And to be honest, when I said that, I wasn't thinking of Lukaku. So he's the second best striker.
He's a forgotten man already. Lukaku, forget the man. But look, Divock Origi, though, I have to say, he could have done more at Liverpool if it wasn't for injury and opportunities, because he's lower down the pecking order. He is more seen as a super sub, but he never really challenged for that starting berth over the time he's been at Liverpool, where Firmino, you think the Salamani Firmino front line, Jota comes in ahead of him, Luis Diaz comes in ahead of him now. So obviously the right thing to do is to move on, and I think he would definitely flourish over there in the Serie A where they play a more slower game and you have more space to do your thing. You see players go from England in Tammy Abraham and he's enjoying his time over there at Roma. Chris Smalling left Man United and he's doing well. Ericsson and Ashley Young went to Inter Milan and won Scudettos, things that they couldn't have done while they were at the Premier League. Maybe Ashley Young was involved with the Man United last trophy there, but that's about it, you see. So he could go over there and he could help AC Milan, reclaim the Scudetto if they do win it this season. They're top of the league as we speak, I think, but Inter do have a game in hand. And then you got to remember, AC Milan have qualified for the Champions League, so he'll be playing Champions League football again next season. So it would be a big move if he does secure that AC Milan move. Let's see what eventually happens. But he has definitely been a good servant for you guys. Come off the bench, you fair. Whenever you see Divock Origi, something's going to happen. My most memorable goals for Divock Origi, it got to be the Everton goal, what they call the double doink off the, I was watching that game and I'm like, yeah, Everton, you're going to pick up a point in this game. And then the last play, Jordan Pickford, I don't know what the hell you're thinking,
Just tap it.
Exactly.
I think people remember that goal, but there was also the goal.
It's the Champions League goals that stand out for.
The same game. I'm talking about Everton. Same game. Ball over the top from Lovren. He takes it down and chips Pickford. People forget about that. One touch takes it down out of the air and chips Pickford. Go back and watch that goal. I guarantee you're going to be like, whoa.
What was the scoreline in that game?
That one was 5-2. That's a different game. We're talking about different games.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like, what are you talking? I'm talking about the one that he won. I'm not, listen, that one you're talking about with Lovren.
I know which one you're talking about.
That one wasn't memorable like that one, though.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, another really good moment for him was a Champions League cameo, man. The Champions League cameo against, what was that, Barcelona, right? The comeback after you guys lost at the Bernabeu and you went to Anfield and turned the thing around. Divock Origi.
Champions League history.
Exactly. Arguable.
Debatable.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Divock Origi, man, legend. Liverpool fans love him. And he turned up, did the thing. And you guys picked up a 2-0 win over Everton. And you actually closed the gap by 1 point again as, of course, guys, Manchester City went on to absolutely decimate Watford. And in this game, Gabriel Jesus was just linked with a move to Arsenal, and he pops up and score 4. You don't see this very, very often, but the man scored 4 goals on the day.
Last player to score 4 against Watford? Tell me.
I think one of your players did destroy Watford. Yeah. I was gonna say Salah though, but
that's pretty crazy, isn't it? Same club, 4 goals.
And another thing too, how many? We were talking about this earlier. You give Leeds 6, we give Leeds 7, bro.
And now you come up against them again.
Exactly. And yet people would be giving Leeds some hope against us still. I think we talk about that. We will talk about that. But look. Gabriel Jesus, what do you think about him being linked with a move to Arsenal? What are your thoughts on that?
Dude, I think it's a good move, honestly. My only question is, and this might be a question for you, or it is a question for you. Man City, they're known for buying big-name players, and they stay at the club for a long time. But with the cases of like Ferran Torres, and then you had Fabian Delph, and now you have Gabriel Jesus, where, they might stay the length of their contracts, but is it more of a flipping players for profit, or is it just they don't work out?
I think Jesus has been at the club for 5 years now, right?
Yeah, his contract's up next summer. Right?
Yeah. He signed a 5-year contract, I think. He came in 2017, and his contract's going to be up. So I think as a player, he has done very well, in my opinion, at Manchester City. he scored. This player has a lot of goals, you know. He scored a lot of goals. I think his goal tally is getting close to 100 now. It would have been nice if he would have gotten over the 100 mark for City. I think with that 4-goal haul, it's getting closer to 90. So I think at City, the player could never reach his full. Him as a player could never reach that full potential unless he plays every single game with the same role. You see what I mean?
Right.
Like how you have De Bruyne getting to go and do his thing, Cancelo every week, Diaz every week.
Yeah.
You see,
Yep.
Foden every week now. So these players are getting a chance to develop and to flourish. While for Jesus, there's still some uncertainty. He might not play this game. He played that game. He might not play that game. He missed 3 games. Pep called him back. You know, so if he does go to Arsenal, I think he gets in the team and play every game, at least from the start. And the fact that he's busy, and he could be clinical, but he could miss chances as well. But what he's showing is he's getting better. He's still very young. I think, you know, he's rumored to, you know, be leaving for Arsenal, 30 million euros. That's not bad. You see what I'm saying? 1 year left on your contract. You cash in 30 million. You add that to the incoming player. We get a refresh. So it's not a play. We get a new player coming in. You know him very well. You can't figure him out. The team keeps changing. You see what I'm saying? And the team becomes harder to beat as seasons go on because we're always, you know, shape shifting. You see what I'm saying? So, and we're adapting. So I think it's a good move for the player. Arsenal is screaming out for a good frontline player, versatile player, and you know a change of scenery can't be too bad for the player. And the fact that he's leaving, we have players incoming. We have Julian Alvarez coming in. You know, so you can't have Jesus, Alvarez, Haaland, Bernardo, Sterling, Foden, Grealish, Mahrez. You see what I'm saying? So you got to keep it.
I know.
You got to keep it switching up and everything. But that was a very good 4-goal haul, though. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of the goals, Zinchenko with the square, 4th minute, Jesus, brilliant goal. Kevin De Bruyne with the cross into the box, exquisitely headed in by Gabriel Jesus. Watford did bounce back with a goal of their own. Hassan Kamara. I know he plays for Watford, but quality left backs are very, very rare and very hard to find. But this guy is a good left back, though. I could see him having a very good future if, you know, another team coming.
Good players, man. Watford get good players. Yep.
Yeah, but the team is just trash, man.
Right, team's trash.
They go into the championship and they do well, but in the Premier League, I think it's the manager, man. They don't stick to the manager. So, so then Rodri pops up with brilliant goal, man. You know, when he scores, it's always outside of the box. It's brilliant. And that's his 4th goal of the season. And Gabriel Jesus was, you know, credited with the assist there to pick up his 9th assist. So Jesus got brought down for a penalty. He converted it. And then Kevin De Bruyne with another assist for Gabriel Jesus. 7 goals, 9 assists. That's not a bad season, if you ask me, for a player who does not start every single game. So it was a very, very good display. I knew it would happen. I wasn't scared at all about Watford. And the Kevin De Bruyne effect was very, very present on the day as well. He got 2 assists in the day. I'm surprised he only got 6 assists this season, and to go with about 11 goals. So not a bad return, but still, I thought the assists could have been higher. I think Kevin De Bruyne is the best player in the Premier League right now. I know when it comes to best, it changes.
Yeah.
It might be Mo Salah one time. It could be Sadio Mane another time. It could be Van Dijk. It could be Kevin De Bruyne another time. You see what I'm saying?
That's why I think you have to divide it. You have to say best forward, best midfielder, best defender, because if you could go all, I mean, midfield kind of incorporates both sides of the game.
I know what you're trying to say, but you can't divide it because guess what? Kevin De Bruyne is my PFA player of the season. That's my player of the season. Simply because of his influence and how consistent he's been. And, you know, how much the team just relies on him. The reason why I won't give it to Mo Salah is because he's had a very quiet 2022. since he came back from the AFCON, Salah has been nowhere near his best. And I'm pretty sure you could agree with that. I know he picked up some goals in the game against United, and he got an assist against Everton. But we know this is not the Salah we saw destroyed City's defense in the game at Anfield. We know that's not the Salah, right? So for me, okay, for me, I think Kevin De Bruyne is the player of the season, hands down. And I think the only player could rival him for that is Mohamed Salah. There might be another few mentions like Heung-min Son his name may go into the mix. Jota could go into the mix quietly. A Van Dijk, you see what I'm saying? Maybe even a Trent Alexander-Arnold, his name could jump in there. But for me, it's Kevin De Bruyne. In your opinion, who do you think will go on to win the PFA Player of the Season? Because remember, they usually give this award around this time, I'm surprised that we haven't been hearing about that. Now remember, that award is given before the season ends. Right? Am I right? Even before...
I think I'm just so blown away. I mean, no, I can't say I'm blown away. But how you could say Kevin De Bruyne deserves that award over Mo Salah this season?
Because I think
and your justification was because he's had a brief drop in form after the AFCON. Look at the man's statistics, bro.
Yeah, but the statistics. Okay, let me ask you a question.
You were about to say the statistics don't tell the story.
No,
that's a joke.
No, hear this, right? If a player
has over 30 goal contributions this season.
No, I'm talking. Okay, I understand what you're saying. But he's a forward as well, right? Kevin De Bruyne is a midfielder, and look at his goal contributions, right? And look at where his team is at in the league. But I know it doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter, but hear me.
6 assists.
But hear me, though. But hear me. A lot of times, he's not credited for the assists. He's in the build-up, right? But hear me out.
Key passes, though. They're all statistics, bro.
But hear me out, though. Hear me out. I didn't go into the more intricate details, right? About the key passes and the through balls and the big chances created. I didn't do all of that. But if Mo Salah in the first 19 games of the season scored 20 goals, and in the second 19 he only scores 3, just a question: do you still give him the player of the season? And in a result, his team comes in second.
Well, that's what we're looking at. I think that's more the question.
But Kevin De Bruyne...
How long was Kevin De Bruyne out for this season?
Not a lot. Sporadically about for 7 games.
Okay, so you can attribute that to the reason his statistics are lower than usual, right?
Yeah.
And so the attribution to Mo Salah's drop in form was the AFCON, not qualifying for the World Cup.
Exactly. Right? Exactly.
The fact of the matter is that the man hasn't stopped playing football every 3 days for 2 damn years.
All I'm saying is that he's not my player this season.
He's still producing. He's still in the first place for the Golden Boot. Okay, he's still top of the team in assists.
He's not my player. He's not my player this season. But I think when you say produce, you know what I thought about? A Farmers League. Talk about that. Big up to Bayern Munich for winning their 10th trophy. You know what I'm saying? What do they get for they should just sponsor a tractor brand like John Deere. John Deere or Caterpillar should just hit up Bayern Munich and say, yo, we want us to just sponsor us. You know what I'm saying?
PSG, bro. That's the Farmers League right there.
No, bro. We thought that it was PSG, but remember, Lille won a title, Monaco won a title. But for the Bundesliga in Germany, 10 in a row?
I know, but I think look at how the other clubs have done. Like, you got Frankfurt's in the
doesn't matter, bro.
Europa League final. You got Dortmund, who's always pretty successful in
doesn't matter.
Season, but
how
does it not matter?
Look, before we actually go, if it wasn't for Liverpool, Man City would have been turning this league into a Farmers League, because if it wasn't for you guys, If it wasn't for you guys, it would have been 5 titles in 5 years for Manchester City.
Right.
So look, man, look,
And
it
vice
was a
versa.
it was a very good performance by both our teams in the midweek fixtures and in the on the weekend as well. City stay top of the league, very tight grip, and Liverpool follow very close behind, which means that we can't slip up. Liverpool can't slip up, and it's very nice, man. It's very nice. So just before we move on, your player of the season is Salah.
It's got to be, dude. It's got to be.
My player of the season is Kevin De Bruyne. Let us see which player ends up being player of the season. Let us know in the comments. I will definitely appreciate that. And try to be unbiased like myself and objective
Okay.
wait no man, wait, and be objective like Kyle, okay?
Yeah.
So
Good
yeah,
Lord.
you like the way I put that,
Yeah,
right?
that was
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So look, we wrapped up the league. Tomorrow, literally, we play the Champions League first leg semifinals. And do you actually think playing the first leg at home is an advantage or a disadvantage?
Well, the away goals rule's gone, so I think I would always rather play the home leg second. For me, that's psychological because you have a chance to end it on your home turf, right? So I think it might be a disadvantage to start it at home. But again, dude, you're Man City, Madrid. That is just. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to that more so than Liverpool via Real, just because of dude, it's going to be intense, bro. That's an intense fixture. I think I don't want this, but I think y'all will pull through and go to
Why
the
you don't
final.
why you don't want it? You prefer to play Madrid in the final.
I want to beat Madrid in the final for revenge for Mo Salah. That's number one. But number two, I just can't stand Man City, bro. I don't want to see Man City in the final. God.
Oh man, you're scared of us, man. That's why it's trophy talk, guys. And we have the Champions League semifinals coming up. I actually feel better playing the first leg at home, to be honest. Because guess what? Let's say we go to Madrid and we lose. Coming home is not guaranteed that we're gonna win. You see what I'm saying? But if
Not
we
at the Etihad, but
But if we head into the tie bravely, not at the empty hat, right? Right?
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if we head into the tie and we go in brave, head on, and we hit them for 3 or we hit them for 2-0. We go into the second leg we know what we need to do. We travel lightly, you know what I'm saying? Because we're not going over there to spend a very long time. We're going back, take your business, we out. Carry-ons only. And I feel better setting the pace at the Etihad, picking up a win, whether it's 2-1 or 2-0 or 3-0 or 3-1, whatever it is, and then we go to Madrid and we know what to do. We know what to do in the game coming up against Leeds United as well. You know what I mean? We know not to be too complacent. We still got something to deal with in the Premier League. We rotate, but we do it smartly. But we could also, with the win in the first leg, we could also give them that Liverpool treatment where we rotate. You see what I'm saying? And you know what I'm talking about. So it's imperative that you win this game. And for you, it's the same because you go to Spain, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be easy. And the thing is about with Liverpool, you guys have not been doing well when you travel and you win and you come back home. When you come back home, last 2 knockout ties, you lost to Inter and then you drew to Benfica. Even though it was inconsequential, still higher stakes. Now you want to be a bit more clinical with things. You see what I mean? So, I fancy you guys. But before we jump there, Man City versus Real Madrid, number 1 in the Premier League. And Real Madrid basically are almost clinched La Liga. And that's England versus Spain in both games. You say, ay Dios míos. And look, in terms of the record there, we played Real Madrid 6 times. Man City with 2 wins, both wins coming in 2020 in the round of 16, 2-1 across 2 legs. We have 2 draws, one in 2012,
Jesus, what year is that?
2012, right? 2012. But I don't know how I came up with that year, but 2012. 2012, group stage, a draw, and 2016, a semifinal, a draw. And they beat us in the group in 2012, and an own goal in the 2016 semis was the only separator between the two teams. So the last 4 times we played them, or 5 times, I think, we have basically done well against Real Madrid, where their 2 victories were like 1-0 margins. Our victories were by 1-0 margins, 1 goal margins, I should say, 1 goal. So we've done well against them. Surprisingly, astonishingly, do you know something? Luka Modric and Karim Benzema have both been part of all these matches since 2012. 10 years. Yeah, I know. And they're still playing at very, very high levels. And just for some, a little insight, a little tidbit, Man City versus Villarreal, just in case we meet them in the final, we have played them twice in the 2011 group stages of the Champions League, and we beat them both times. So, I'll fancy Villarreal in the final. Liverpool, it could be heartbreak for us again, to be completely honest.
Final. Villarreal against Man City.
Yeah, that'll be a dead final. But and you know what? We might find a way to fuck that up too, if you really think about it. You could just see the headline with Unai Emery doing it in the Europa League and then doing it in the Champions League again. And the headline being Pep overthinks it again. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, well, Pep's gonna get more clicks. I mean, dude, I gotta be honest, man, and this is just real quick. I think the reason Unai Emery didn't succeed
Did you
at
see
Arsenal.
that? Did you see
that scared me. I was like, what happened?
The art of overthinking, man.
The reason he didn't succeed at Arsenal is because there was a difficult communication with the language barrier, man. The guy in press conference had no idea what he was trying to say. But now every club he's been at, he's had success at. He's a good manager.
He is. So, Kyle, you're coming up against Villarreal here. You've played them twice. Liverpool with 1 win, Villarreal with 1 win. Liverpool with a bigger win. They went to the Europa League final, lost to Sevilla. And Milner and Firmino are the only 2 survivors from that tie. And for you against Real Madrid, you have a head-to-head. You've won 3 times. The 1981 final, so they did get their revenge on you when they beat you in the final of 2017-18. So just let's keep that in mind. You met them in the 08-09 round of 16. You won a game there as well. You have 1 draw.
Don't bring up 13-14 or 14-15. Don't bring that up.
You have 1 draw where you got to the quarterfinal. You beat them in the quarterfinal. They beat you in the quarterfinal, 1 draw. And in 2014 in the group, they did beat you. They have 4 wins over you. 2013, I think that's 2014, 15, or the 13-14, one of them seasons. They picked up 2 victories there, one in the 2018 final and the 2021 quarterfinal. So they do have the drop over you right about now. So in case you have to meet them in the final, the last time you met them, the last couple of times, they did beat you. So I could see why you have you want to get revenge over Real Madrid there. Look, how do you feel about the game against Villarreal? Because against Real Madrid, I think we could take them. Once we keep Vinicius quiet. I think keeping Vinicius quiet would then keep Benzema quiet. You see what I'm saying? And once we play well in the midfield and hold the possession and not allow Modric to do his thing, I'm not worried about Cruz. I might say that now when he comes and pull off a masterclass. But it's going to be a good game because they have players like Fede Valverde, who's very combative and he's, ready for action and everything. I think Casemiro is a doubt. Who knows, he might play. But I think their defense, they should worry about their defense. You see what I mean?
100%. You guys should
Yeah,
destroy their defense.
yeah. Eden Militao should come back, but there's Nacho. He's never really 100% fit. There's Carvajal. There's Ferland Mendy over on the other side. So these guys are, I don't think
center back, dude. They don't have any center back.
Yeah, their defense is not the best. And they also have David Alaba. Let's not forget him, because I knew I was missing someone else. Yeah. And Thibaut Courtois, he's a good shot stopper, of course.
He's so good, dude. He's so good.
But he does have a mistake in him, though. I think he got a mistake because he's not good with the feet, you know what I'm saying? With passing the ball out from the back, really. So
Right.
I think we could take him. I'm gonna go for us to win the game 2-1. I'm gonna stick to another 2-1 victory here and go to Madrid and maybe a draw. But I think we'll take them, though. It's not gonna be a walk in the park. I hope it is, but I think we'll take him, man. And I don't want to go into it too much and then overanalyzing, and then I think Pep. I can't predict what Pep's gonna do. So
No one can.
Exactly. What are your thoughts on Villarreal? I think you guys should beat them in the tie.
Yeah,
though.
we should handle them nicely, no problem. Similar to how we handled Benfica without the second leg, but again, it's Villarreal. They're fighting to prove something. I think they're. I mean, again, I think we'll handle it nicely. They're very disciplined. I said this before. They're a very disciplined team. They're just coming off of a surprising win against Bayern Munich, where they held one of the most explosive attacking sides in the world.
Exactly.
I think just one goal over the two legs, right?
Yeah, it's amazing because they scored twice and Bayern Munich scored once.
Yeah, so one goal.
An important stat is Bayern Munich have scored the most goals in the top 5 leagues this season, even more than Liverpool, and Villarreal managed to keep them quiet. So
that's
you guys
exactly
know
what I was saying. Yep. So that's what kind of worries me. But at the same time, this is Europe. This is the Champions League. You don't just play Liverpool in the Champions League. That's not. It's completely different. We're different in the Champions League. We play with a different attitude. Like, I don't know, dude. It's just something about it. It's something about the history. It's something about the prestige. The fact that last season we had such an upsetting season in both the league and the Champions League because of all of our injuries. It felt like a wasted season. This season, we have the chance to win the quadruple. We're still in the quadruple. It's almost May.
It's trophy talk. It's talk that talk, bro.
It's absolutely remarkable, dude.
Talk that talk. It's trophy talk, man.
Man, if I were Villarreal, I'd be nervous. That's all I'm saying.
What if the Villarreal fans are actually watching you, Liverpool fans actually laughing and be like, "Oh man, we're gonna no." But what if they're watching you guys being confident and they be like, "We're gonna handle you. We're gonna take you." But I'm just saying,
a delusional fan. That's what I say.
Don't take them lightly, bro. Don't take them lightly.
I'm not taking them lightly, but I'm saying a fan that is laughing at Liverpool is a delusional fan.
Don't take them lightly, but I think you guys should actually handle business there. So look, Champions League coming up, and we had to discuss it. Let's see if both our teams end up winning and staying in the hunt for more trophies, man.
Talk.
Exactly. Look, we segue and land the plane by talking about the upcoming week, and maybe one more thing I have left. But week 35, we have 5 match days to go, I think, with a rearranged fixture or 2 in there. So, Man City leads. Last meeting, Man City 7, Leeds 0. Last season, we didn't actually beat Leeds. It was a 1-1 draw and a 2-1 loss. So, on their return to the Premier League, we failed to beat them. But we said, hey, man, that was quite upsetting last season. Here you go. Take a 7-piece. You see what I'm saying? So I think I'm pretty confident going into that game. I know they do have the quality, but watching them today against Crystal Palace, I think Palace were a bit unlucky not to get something from that game in terms of 3 points, because Leeds, they didn't really threaten too much. They really didn't. They don't really know how to defend, but they're under a new manager in Jesse March. Under Bielsa, maybe I could have said that. Maybe I was wrong to just say that. They defended better. I think they have back-to-back clean sheets for the first time in like ages. And Jesse March definitely come in and he's tightened things up. He's made them look a lot better than they were under Bielsa. But the problem for them, they're on 34 points right now, Kyle, and they're getting dragged into this relegation scrap between themselves, Burnley, and Everton. Oh, and something something that I failed to mention earlier is that Everton came into the game against you in the relegation zone, and I know we talked about it before, but we in the last episode there, and we didn't. I probably got distracted,
Absolute
but.
scrubs.
But these guys are in the relegation zone right now, man, with some tough matches to come, and it's going to take a miracle for them to get out of that. 29 points right now in the league. Burnley, man.
That
Burnley.
win really did them in.
Yeah.
That was big for Burnley. Burnley are starting to play better football all of a sudden. And same thing with Leeds. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Everton are playing worse.
Exactly.
They're just not playing well.
Burnley have a gap now. Everton do have a game in hand, I think. No,
they do.
I think they do have a game in hand. They have to win that game in hand, man. But it's still a battle between them, Burnley, and now Leeds United. So look, City play Leeds. I'm pretty confident that we're gonna handle business. I'm pretty confident. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried. They do have a lot of their players back in Liam Cooper, Calvin Phillips is back, you know what I'm saying? Rafinha, Rodrigo, Harrison, James, Click, all these guys, Dallas, these guys are always ailing part of the furniture over there. Melier in goal. And they could cause an upset like they did last season. You guys played them to what, a 4-3? It was a 4-3, right?
When? Last season?
Last season, 4-3, yeah, man.
Yeah, first game of the year.
Yeah, so we know what they're capable of doing, man. They had a great season last year, but they're struggling. Just best believe they won't be getting anything from this game, man. If they do, Liverpool could come in, sucker punch us, though. But for Leeds, these are their next few games, Kyle. They play City, Arsenal, Chelsea. They have to absolutely get something against Brighton and Brentford in their last two matches, or they might be the team Everton are looking to get past and not Burnley, because Burnley are on some different shit right now. You see what I'm saying? Burnley went and sacked the manager for 10 years and they turn around their fortunes and start winning games. So Everton in a lot of trouble, though. What do you think about City versus Leeds, though?
If I were you, I wouldn't be worried as a fan. As a player, you got to go in with the mindset, same exact mindset you go in every match, because that's how Leeds can beat you. Is if you go in thinking you're going to destroy them. The
game is tricky too because it comes after the Real Madrid game. We don't know what's going to happen after Real Madrid.
It's at Ellen Road too, right?
Yeah, and then it's before the second leg, a crucial second leg as well. So it's a very tricky game.
Heavy in that game. That's what I think.
I don't think so. Simply because
I would.
Let me tell you why we won't rotate heavily.
Unless you destroy Madrid in the first leg.
But we're also playing on a Tuesday. We're playing on a Tuesday. We have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to recover. So, and then we also have a very, very deep squad. So I think we should handle Leeds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Kevin De Bruyne doesn't really get destroyed against Real Madrid, we gotta basically manage players' time and everything, though.
You gotta be careful, man. Those Spanish teams are dirty. They'll slide tackle your best player. No, I'm serious, man. They're dirty.
Yep. When you have guys like Fede Valverde and Casemiro, these guys are dirty, man. These South Americans, man. No disrespect to any South Americans watching this, but you guys are dirty, man. I'm telling you. So, look, City versus Leeds, I think we should win. A lot of us think that Liverpool and Man City would win out their rest games.
Well, we got Newcastle coming up.
It's imperative. Yep, we're going to talk about that. The last meeting, Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1. And last season, you actually failed to beat Newcastle. It was a 0-0 and a 1-1 draw. So you've got the revenge from that already. And the last time that you lost to Newcastle was in 2016. So the likelihood of you actually going on to lose to Newcastle is very, very slim. But there's a possibility for a draw because these dudes are absolutely on fire, man.
Dude, Newcastle is balling right now.
They're balling, man. Yeah. Listen. Do you know a rapper by the name of Jim Jones? Balling.
Balling.
Not like these guys are balling, man. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Look, these guys are balling, man. And anyhow, I don't know how he did it, but he did it some way, somehow, man.
And he's doing it with Lascelles benched, bro.
Exactly.
Crazy.
He's making some tough calls, and I
Yeah.
think they probably spent the most money ever during a transfer window, barring like a Coutinho or a big signing, during a winter, like a Van Dijk. You guys did a big winter signing, bringing in Van Dijk, but
Such a good signing.
I'm telling you, we wanted him too, but we didn't get him, man. He chose Liverpool.
He didn't want to go to y'all,
bro. You know when. If we both like a girl and then the girl choose you, you know how messed up I'll feel? You see what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I don't know.
Man. The resentment.
It's probably for the best. Though. I mean, what would the league be?
Look, he made a good decision. He won a Champions League. He won Club World Cup, Super Cup, Carabao Cup.
Captain of Liverpool Football Club.
Look. He's your captain now?
Well, he's captaining when Hendo doesn't play. And
he's your second captain.
He's the third. It's Hendo, Milner, Van Dijk.
All right, third captain. You know what I'm saying? He's won a freaking Premier League, man. So, yeah, but talk about Newcastle. They made some good signings, and, they've done very, very well, man. Kyle, these dudes are ninth right now.
Dude, seriously, I saw that. I'm like, wow.
This has to be one of the best recoveries ever, man.
No, and honestly, I've never not liked Newcastle. A lot of people say, "Oh, now because they got bought out, I hate Newcastle." Dude, Newcastle haven't won anything since 1969. Newcastle, and they didn't go out and buy world-class players, bro. They brought in Dan Burn, Chris Wood,
Trippier.
Guimaraes, these aren't world-class players.
Guimaraes is the closest to that. You know what I'm saying? Simply because he plays for Brazil. But they didn't really go out and bring in players that, any marquee type players. You know what I'm saying?
They're playing with a purpose. And now you can look at Newcastle now and no longer say Saint Maximin is the most impactful player on that squad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're playing as a team. Good for them. So I'm a little worried.
The big question is, are you going to beat them?
We should. Oh, my God, we should.
I never asked if coulda, woulda, shoulda, nothing. Are you going to beat them? You answering with should? Are you going to beat them? Yes or no?
We should.
I sense a skepticism here, man.
Every game we talked about with Man City, you're like, we should take care of them, no problem.
Let's get
I'm going to say the same thing. So
all right. But they've been playing well, man. 6 home wins on the trot, and this is a home game for Newcastle. So you guys would have to break that streak if you are to pull it off. And it also comes in between the Villarreal games. So it's going to be very tricky.
Yeah.
If you don't do well in the first leg, I think you struggle in this game. Do you agree? To some extent. Because guess what?
It could go one or two ways.
But guess what?
Either we struggle or we say to ourselves, Champions League's not looking great. We're putting all of our marbles into the Premier League.
Okay. All right. But I doubt that would happen, bro. I
know. Me too. I don't think we played bad just because we had a bad game.
But it would take a lot of guts. It would take a lot of guts for anyone to predict Newcastle to beat Liverpool right now, though. It's a possibility that they could get a draw because they're playing well. They're the informed team, but Liverpool also very informed as well. And the squad has gotten very deep, so Divock Origi hit form there against Everton. You got Luis Diaz, Jota. So even if you, let's say against Villarreal, you go all out and you play, let's say you play Jota. Well, Firmino is injured right now again, right?
He has a toe injury, but he's like day to day.
Yeah, okay. So let's say you have, Divock comes in for Firmino because, Divock Origi hasn't been featuring a lot. You have Divock Origi, Luis Diaz, Mane, Salah, Jota. You see, you have guys like Elliott who's not been playing. What's up? Why is Elliott not playing, though?
Because this is crunch time, bro. This is crunch time in the season.
But you got to play the man.
No. I can see playing Curtis Jones. Elliott, you're great. You're an awesome talent. Elliott played the first 3 Premier League games of the season. You know why? Because he was young. Klopp said you need to get as much game time as possible because come at the end of the season, you're not going to sniff the pitch. That's why Minamino wasn't even in the lineup. Because Klopp does not have time for this bullshit. He's like, we're going for trophies, fam.
Bro, I forgot about Minamino.
That's what I'm saying.
If you didn't mention Minamino, I forgot he plays for Liverpool, man. Do you think Minamino leaves next season?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he might just leave, man. But look, I think, right now, early prediction, you guys should handle. I'm not going to predict Liverpool to draw no damn game because every time teams come up against Liverpool, they let me down. The only team that don't really let me down too much against Liverpool is my team, Manchester City, and this is why.
And that's why we do some trophy talk.
This is trophy talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, look, we're going to land the plane finally. But before we do land the plane, let us talk about the fact that you could be signing Fabio Carvalho, who just helped Fulham get promoted back to the Premier League. He even scored a goal in that game. The kid is a good player. He's a gem. I seen him the last time Fulham were in the league, and I didn't watch too much of I didn't watch any championship actually, but I've heard through the grapevine that he's good, man. Oh, he did play against us in one of the cups as well.
Yep.
He looked good. He looked good. Big Alexander Mitrovic got Championship Player of the Season again, 41 goals. He's going to come to the Premier League. He's going to come to the Premier League and not sniff the pitch.
Not sniff it, bro. Holland.
Oh, man. Yo.
Oh,
but look, though.
I think it's not like official, but pretty sure the deal's all worked out. I think he's already had his medical. The deal's in place because it just fell through last minute during January. So we're just ironing out the kinks. He'll be at Liverpool in the summer. He's going to be our first official, on paper, center attacking mid signing since Coutinho left.
So, did you guys avoid? Well, you guys gonna avoid that fee that you have to pay for there's some fee that you have to pay because of his age or something.
Are you talking about the homegrown players or something?
Yeah, something you know that you had to pay. Remember you got into something for Elliott, you had to pay some kind of money to Fulham.
I know what you're talking about, but we already paid Fulham that fee.
But the thing is the tribunal, something about some tribunals.
Yeah. I'd have to refresh my memory.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that's why you guys are trying to avoid doing the deal in the summer so that you could get it wrapped up in the winter so you don't have to pay an extra, kind of fee. Yeah. So that's why Liverpool, I think you're going to avoid it because you actually paying a fee for a player who is basically a free agent.
That's my thinking when we were trying to get it done in January. It's unlike Liverpool to try to get a deal done when we can get him for free in the summer.
No, but because of his age, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's what it's all about. So, Fabio Carvalho, I think he's a good talent. Let's see if Klopp is going to trust him and play him. Because you could always sign while you're going to play him.
I'd be surprised if he's... Well, again, I didn't think Konate was going to sniff the pitch, dude.
Konate is different, bro. Konate is different.
No, well, he is different, but we don't usually sign players like that young and then them come into the first team. Like, we'll sign a young player and they're just rotting away in the U23s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So another player you rumored to be looking at is Jude Bellingham. Yeah. I think he's going to be very expensive. I don't see that deal happening.
No, we're not paying that much for Jude Bellingham.
How much they want?
80 something, 80.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Not happening.
That's not happening, Bellingham? Man.
No. Look, every player, Sancho. What has Sancho done in the Premier League? Nothing. Not a damn thing. All right, we're not paying 80 million for a non-Premier League proven player or at least a non. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, a player that young, who has won nothing. And who's not? He's not proven himself enough.
Is he good? Sure.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
But like for example, it's not like a Haaland. Like Haaland, I'm confident Haaland could go anywhere in the world and be a force, which is why I think you guys could definitely sign him and are probably going to.
I don't know what you're talking about yet, but we ain't got to Man City yet. But I don't know what
Jinx
you're
it,
talking
jinx it,
about.
jinx it.
But I've seen that you also linked to Konrad Laimer of RB Leipzig. And I could see that happening, seeing that you have history with RB Leipzig, the Red Bulls, through Minamino. You signed Konate as well. So I could see that happening. You know what I mean? Minamino came to the Red Bull from Salzburg. Of course, Konate through, Red Leipzig and Naby Keita as well. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Conrad Lima, he's a very versatile player. Could play right back, could play defensive midfield, and he's good. He's good. I like Lima. Have you seen that link though?
I've not seen the Limer link. Every link with us with a German player club, we've been linked. We were linked with Granit Xhaka. We were linked with Zakaria. We're linked with Neuhaus. We're linked. Top teams are linked with every single player. I have seen no reputable sources talking about this link, so I haven't really been following it. The Adeyemi links, I believe, actually more than this one. But I
So
think
have you?
Adeyemi will end up at
Yeah,
Dortmund.
yeah, he's gonna dominate. He's not gonna
Yeah,
go to Liverpool right
yeah.
now to sit on the bench, bro.
No, and that's my concern with Carvalho. Like, I feel he's not. I don't think he'll play.
What other players are you linked to right now that you could talk about?
You got to give me a second to think about that now. So Bellingham was a big one. Um,
Or is it too early?
I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just we don't really have any needs right now. We have
Yeah.
the links are the heaviest when we have the needs. So, for example, we're looking for backup forwards. That's when all the links were coming out with Diaz and this and that and the other. Midfielders, right? Diaz is a versatile player that has played in the midfield. You still got Elliott Jones, all these players. I think the news will heat up after the season winds down because right now, no one's interested in transfers. Everyone's focused on the day to day with Man City and Liverpool.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
if I do hear more, I will let you know. What I'm following is Salah's contract, fam.
Yeah, you let me know on the next trophy talk. So look, Salah, we also talk about him maybe next time. But Manchester City, we know Benjamin Mendy, he's been suspended by the club. And for being too horny. And we will need a new left back next season. So that's a need for City. And there's going to be a need for a midfielder as well because Fernandinho has announced that he's not ready to retire. He wants to play more. He's going to go back to play in the Brazilian league. So we're going to need a midfielder. There's been Gabriel Jesus, the links to Arsenal. So, he's probably going to leave. I've seen a link with Rafael Leao, young Portuguese left winger from AC Milan to City. That's a possibility, but they want a bit too much for him. They want about 70 mil. That ain't happening at all. Maybe we'll throw a player in there. I don't know who that player could be. And Julian Alvarez from River Plate to Manchester City is pretty much done already.
That's a good
And
sign.
yeah, that is a solid signing because he's playing for Argentina. He's about 22 years old right now. And that actually is completed 17 million euros. That's actually already on transfer marked. So Julian Alvarez will be joining Manchester City. He's a center forward. So if Gabriel Jesus is leaving, that's the replacement right there. We also need to replace Ferran Torres. So, all these players. And Aguero we haven't really replaced yet. And the player that could be replacing Aguero is Erling Braut Haaland. And he's been big in the news for the past week. And it could be massive. I know the deal would be very expensive in terms of the agent fees and all the player fee and the wages, but the transfer fee is pretty cheap, about 60 something mil. And I don't care, man. It's not my money, bro.
Of course
You know what
not.
I'm saying? Bring him in. Bring him in. We need him. Bring him in. He's one of the best talents out there. Bring him in. What are your thoughts on Erling Haaland, potentially joining Manchester City for next season?
I hate it. I hate it, but I'm not expecting anything less. I mean, dude, it makes sense. You got top talent. Um, Agent's doing his job, trying to leverage different clubs against each other. I would think he would have gone to Bayern. However, Lewandowski's not done. Still firing on all cylinders.
But the thing about the Bayern thing, man, it's getting boring, man. The best talents moving over from Dortmund, from Leverkusen, from you name it, over to Dortmund, man. That's why they've won over to Bayern. That's 10 in a row. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
10 in
I
a row,
think
man.
you guys will sign Haaland personally. It's an expensive deal, bro. But the thing is, you guys are the club that does that. You Chelsea are really the only two clubs that just sign astronomical wage players, and there's no guarantee. I mean, with City, it's all worked out. With Chelsea, I mean, look at the players they signed in that window. Really, the only one doing anything is Havertz. You know what I mean? No one else is doing anything.
Bro.
So I think it'll be a good signing for you guys.
I think we sign Haaland. The league is a wrap, and I'm gonna leave it right there. Is your computer really on 5? Is your computer on 5% right now?
Still on 5, yes.
Look, we burning out the man's computer with this week's trophy talk. It's been real. This is the longest one. You could tell how intense it's getting. We had so much to talk about. We had to talk about this. Right. Next week, we will be discussing the Champions League. We will be talking the Leeds City game, the Liverpool Newcastle game. And if there's anything that pops up, of course, we will. And maybe, Kyle, what we could do is maybe you could put out a post on your community tab, maybe some people could ask maybe some questions that they want to ask us, so we could add like something fresh inside of the,
Yeah,
let me actually write that down. That is a pretty good idea, though.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
I'm telling you, man. So we're gonna add some subscriber fan questions in there as well, and see what you guys are gonna have to ask us. We're gonna only answer the best questions, by the way, and if we have time, maybe we'll answer all, but who knows? Maybe we might have a lot of questions. But look, man, Kyle, it's been hot. The race is continuing to sizzle. You're doing well. City's doing well. The reason why I want to continue this talk for as much as we can, look, I'll be going to St. Vincent in June. I want to be on the beach talking to you, bro. You see what I'm saying? I want to have my phone set up on the beach and just drinking a nice, glass of rum, and rum with some coconut water.
There you go.
And we're just having some trophy talk for next season, because it's going to be, it's intense. I love it, man. I love it. So, look, we could go all night, but we have to land the plane right now. And for me, it's the Etihad. We're coming off the Etihad plane, you know what I'm saying? You like that one. So, look, guys, I'm your boy Dom. This is Kyle. And from Nothing But Reds, this is Trophy Talk. Both of our channel links will be in the description box down below. Make sure you subscribe, like the video. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about next. Kyle, what you got to say to the people, bro?
Thank you for tuning in, guys. This is a fun series. I got a lot of fun. I know you guys are enjoying the title race, the content. Keep the comments coming, and make sure you answer all the polls that we'll be putting out. That's really big. Engagement's key, guys. All right? I got Liverpool winning this league, though, fam. Man City's going to drop points. Let's keep it hot, though. Let's keep it hot.
It's trophy talk. You're just coming in with you're taking a piss. So it's all good, man. It's all good. So, guys, from your boy Kyle and I, until next time, peace out. Rich Squad.